Hey, what's up, Guardians? Welcome to the Destiny Help Desk podcast, a show that's designed to help you with the little bits of Destiny 2 online. My name is Todd the Gator, and whether you are a brand new Guardian to the game or a returning player, I'm here to help explain the constantly changing dynamics of this game, bring you up to speed and get you ready to jump in and start your Destiny journey. This is an audio component to my YouTube channel, which is Todd the Gator. Remember, that's 2 Ds and G-A-T-R, or you can visit youtube.com/Todd the Gator. On this week's show, episode 5, I asked the question, who is Xur, and why should I care? If you are more of a visual learner and want to refresh your memory of today's subject, you can always find the link to the video pertaining to today's show topic. Just check those show notes down below. If you have any questions for me that I might answer on the show at a later time, email me at toddthegator@gmail.com. Or you can send me a voicemail with your question at speakpipe.com/Destiny Help Desk. All of these links will also be in the show notes below. Remember, there are no stupid questions in Destiny, so if you need answers, please don't hesitate to send them my way. This podcast is here to serve you, and who knows, your question might just help a fellow new Guardian out there as well. You can find me on Twitter at Todd the Gator as well. All right, let's jump into it. For you returning players out there, remember this guy? This tentacle-faced creature that seems to appear every Friday in various locations in the game? Hey, for the longest time, I wouldn't even bother visiting Xur, because I already had all the exotics, and I'm busy killing Vex out there, so why bother stopping by? Well, today I have 3 reasons why you should start thinking about visiting old Uncle Xur today in Destiny 2. Oh, and I haven't forgotten about you new players out there. You're probably asking yourself right about now, what the heck's this guy talking about? Well, meet Xur. He's an agent of the 9 who brings a bag of goodies every week to us Guardians who want to stop by and say hi. In the original Destiny game, he had a select few exotics for us to consider purchasing, but the price was crazy high, as we'd have to acquire these little tokens called strange coins. And they just didn't drop anywhere. They were tough to find. And you only got so many a week, even for the crazy grinders out there. Thank goodness this is not the case today. So stick around, and I'll have 3 reasons why you need to visit Xur every week. Okay, let's start with the basics here. Xur arrives at reset time every Friday and sticks around in his designated spot until reset on the following Tuesday. There are 3 spots where he can arrive each week, and it's a random process. He can be in the Winding Cove on the EDZ, the Watcher's Grave on Nessus, and finally, in the Tower Hangar next to Saint 14 and Amanda Holiday. So reason number 1 to say hi to Xur every week. Xur offers 1 exotic armor piece for each class of Guardian. Also, a featured exotic weapon is available. This is a fantastic way to easily pick up that exotic that you may not have acquired as of yet. But in addition to that, for the Guardians who already have the exotic, you have the possibility of getting an even better stat roll for it. So you can see why this is great for new and returning players, as well as you veteran gamers out there. I may have a crummy 48 stat roll on my Gwysyn vest for my hunter, but if Xur has a 65 stat roll, it might be worth it to pick it up. The cost? A handful of legendary shards, and the amount varies depending on what you're trying to get, so keep hoarding those legendary shards for the weekend when he arrives to see what's available. Reason number 2 to visit Xur. Unlike Destiny 1, Xur now offers past weapons from prior seasons that you may have missed. So if your buddy is showing off his massive vault of weapons from seasons past, and sporting that killer Stars and Shadow pulse rifle from Season of the Hunt, which was Season 12, by the way, and he taunts at you that you can't get it anymore, well, not so fast. You might actually be able to get it with Xur. Isn't Uncle Xur awesome? Now, there is one catch. The weapon perks are set, and you can't farm it with multiple purchases, so take it or leave it. Reason number 3, and this is a big one. Xur now offers armor collections. Not random pieces of armor, but the entire collection. So if you missed the, say, Sovereign armor set, which was sold by Eververse a long time ago, there's a chance it could reappear in the future. I believe it's totally random which set is featured each week. So if you're trying to get that certain set that you saw your fire team member showing off with some of that awesome gold shaders on it last week, and you're told that it's impossible to farm for it anymore, Uncle Xur may be able to help. The cost of the armor and featured weapons is pretty steep though. Usually about 50 legendary shards each, plus some glimmer to boot, so make sure you get some shards set aside each week when dismantling that ugly gear you don't want. Okay, for those of you still listening, there's a bonus fourth reason. You might have noticed this weird-looking pentagram-like object in your inventory. This is called an exotic cipher. If you have the paid season pass unlocked, you can get one once you unlock the appropriate level, but you can also farm it here with Xur. There's 2 conditions, though. First, you can only acquire one at a time, and second, you must complete the associated quest that comes with it. I know, it's a pain, and it's expensive to buy it. Once you get your hands on this exotic cipher, you have options. 1, you can give it back to Xur for a random exotic engram. Or you can look to page 2 of his offerings and apply it to 2 choice exotics, the Hawkmoon hand cannon or the Dead Man's Tail scout rifle. If you look at the price, it's very expensive to purchase with more legendary shards, Glimmer, your firstborn child. Okay, maybe not that one. But you also must have this exotic cipher. So keep that in mind and decide what you want to do with it. Oh, and there's one more place you can take this exotic cipher. Are you ready for this? You can go to the kiosk next to your vault in the tower and look over the candy store that is called the Monument to Lost Light and apply it to an exotic weapon that you might have missed from a prior season. So, if you are new or a returning player, this can be where I would go first and ask your friends out there which one to get initially, as they aren't all prizes, as you can see. They cost even more items, 150,000 Glimmer. Oof, that's a lot. So there you go. 3+ reasons to go visit Xur every week, especially if you're a new returning player out there trying to get some of that legendary and exotic drip. So go out there, Guardians, and start getting those legendary shards, and more importantly, that exotic cipher while you're at it. Hey, thanks for listening to this episode. Hopefully this will convince you to visit old Uncle Xur every week. Keep an eye out on future episodes where I will talk about another subject in the world of Destiny 2. Just remember that if you want to join our community, go to discord.gg/GuardianDownCast. That's where my longtime friend Hazelnut and I have another podcast for the more seasoned gamers to Destiny 2, where we interview content creators and community members to discover their story and journey in Destiny. We also talk about current issues in the community and game and go over the latest news from Bungie. If this sounds like something you might want to check out, the link will be in the show notes as well. There's lots of quick little links down there, so check them out. Also, if you have a question relating to the show that you want answered, you can email me at toddthegator@gmail.com or send me a voicemail at speakpipe.com/Destiny Help Desk, and we might play that one on this show. Hey, I want to help you out, so let's hear them. Thanks again for your time, and later, Guardian. Okay, for those of you still listening, there's a bonus fourth reason. You might have noticed in your inventory this weird-looking pentagram-like object in your user interface in your inventory. Yeah, I just said inventory, dummy.